Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome once again. Today's topic, like I just said, is on decoding destiny. Overall, people called me, not just myself, but people called me to be a very happy person overall. And that's what I thought I was as well. But there were times in the past where I would feel, that life didn't seem that good. It wasn't always very fair, and there would be a part of me which would not understand everything, that why things are sometimes not so fair. And I would look at some people's life and I would also have the same question, why is life always not fair? And when I really, I had heard about karma growing up in India quite a bit, about destiny and the karma and everything else, but really none of that really gave me the answers that I was looking for. And for me, Brahmakumaris, when I listened to this knowledge and understood it, and I'm continuing to understand it more deeply, the way I understood the knowledge, I literally had tears in my eyes because I got all the answers to the questions that were unanswered. When we have a lot of questions and we feel things are unfair, not there is no justice, there is a lot of sadness or frustration in our hearts. So the intent of this particular webinar is to share some secrets from Brahmakumaris and how I use these secrets in my practical life. So let's start decoding, the destiny. How is this getting built up? So, first fact is we just need to answer the simple question, what kind of a destiny do we all desire? Right? Because till we don't know that, it's very hard to find out what is the right destiny. So, we'll start first by quickly understanding what destiny means. And let me just take care of a few things here. So, simple question first of all, what does destiny mean? If you search up this, you will find the answer to be an inescapable fate. And we will understand and answer this question as we go through the webinar. It is indeed our own fate, which is destiny. Now, what kind of a destiny do we want is something that we all should be aware of. And I think we are in general, but it is beautifully explained here that our life in general is standing on four pillars. Until these four pillars are doing well, life doesn't feel comfortable. Life doesn't feel rejoicing. So, what are those pillars? I think all of you pretty much know the answer, but just to kind of wrap it up here, our emotional health, physical health, relationships, and finances. These are the four pillars on which our life is standing. And if any of these pillars have a disturbance, life feels uncomfortable. So, my current, present, how are the four pillars doing? How am I doing emotionally? How is my physical health? How are my relationships? And what is my financial health? I need to check. And yes, I don't think there is anybody in this world who can claim I have perfect four pillars. Right? Everybody has some or the other issues where one of the pillar is either little weak or very weak. Right? So, what is it that is determining this pillars? Who is deciding what is the algorithm behind the quality of these pillars, the strength of these pillars? And really, the simple answer for that we will find out. But first, let's start by understanding who is coding our destiny. Who is the programmer for our destiny? And typically, there are variety of different answers, and some will say god, they will say Saturn and planets, and they will say other people, they, because of them my fate is like this, my destiny is like this. And simple, very beautifully in Brahmakumaris we are taught how god cannot really be the creator of our destinies. And very logically, if we think about it, when we are in extreme dire kind of situations, In those kind of situations where we know we can't even reach out to our family, our friend, or anybody, one person that comes into our mind is indeed God. And our heart starts creating these sweet words that, are you there? Where are you? I am in this kind of difficult situation. Are you listening? Can you do something? Can you please help? Well, if one thinks God is the one who's responsible for my destiny, meaning the good, the bad, the ugly, everything, if He's responsible, then if He's the one who's giving me all the difficulties, then why would I reach out to Him? Right? We would never reach out to the person who's giving us problems. So, indeed, He cannot be the creator of our destiny. And even if we blame others and plan it, it creates a lot of fear in us that, oh my gosh, what, it's my destiny and I have no control over it. So, the real answer to who is coding our destiny is indeed we ourselves. And how do we really decide that it is I myself, and do why should I think? I mean, there are many advantages, right? First of all, my life, I should have full control over it, right? How my life is going to be, I should have control over it. And majority of people already think, yes, I am creating my own destiny. But that understanding basically means a deep acknowledgement that the four pillars, the kind of relationships I have in my life, my physical health, my emotional health, my finances, everything I coded. One way or the other, I am responsible. That much deep faith is required for a lot of magical changes to happen in our life. And this is when we stop blaming others and we start actually correcting. Indeed, each one of us has some or the other issue in these four pillars. Nobody has it perfect. But if I keep blaming others, means what? My pillars are not getting fixed. I'm hoping that others will come and fix it. Well, they are blaming me for their problems. I am blaming for them. Then who is going to fix it? So, really, acknowledging that we ourselves are coders gives the power back to us, the responsibility on us, and it is a beautiful thing. Instead of thousands of people coding my destiny, or God or Saturn, whom I don't know where they are and how to reach, I don't know when the planets will become right, beyond my control. But I have full control. So, what algorithm is being? Now we know the programmer. Programmer is I myself. I'm programming my destiny. What kind of algorithm is being used to code the destiny, right? We are seeing my present life. These four pillars are standing. We know the quality, the strength, the goodness, and the comfort of these pillars. So, what is the algorithm? And I think majority of you might already know the answer to this, especially if you're coming from India or some other, books that you might have read. Indeed, it is our actions. And karma is nothing but actions. So we all talk about cause and effect. So cause is our actions and destiny is the effect. So the foundation of my life or my destiny is really dependent on my actions. And we all know we cannot perform any action without first creating a thought. So, bottom line is thoughts are determining my destiny. We've all heard about it, the way I think, the way I become, right? So, the seed is the thought. If you want to call it in a little bit gross manner, it is actions. And what is this algorithm that is really used? Now, this is really the law of karma. That is really, you can call it the spiritual law or the karmic law. You can call it the cause and effect law. Various different names exist for it. But one important thing to understand is many times karma is always associated with some kind of suffering. as if, oh my gosh, my karma and suffering, and when will I come out of it? But if we think about it, there are many laws all over the world. And would we want to ever visit a country that doesn't have any law? Or for example, they had law, but right now the government is not stable. There's a lot of lawlessness. We would never want to visit that kind of a country. Visualize a road where there is no laws of traffic. Anybody can drive anywhere, can do whatever they want. How scary would it be to drive in a place where there are no laws? Similarly, there are spiritual laws which are for our comfort and safety. Lot of times when we feel difficulties in our life, lot of problems in these pillars, we start thinking, what is going wrong? Why only me? Had we really known the laws and understood it fully, after understanding it, implemented it in our real life, these four pillars would automatically guaranteed be beautiful. So these laws are here for our benefit, not to create a scare or fear in us. So the bottom line is, as we sow, so we shall reap. Every action has an equal and opposite reaction. It's like an echo, a boomerang. And what is the main part of the action that really affects our destiny? It is indeed the type of action, the type of seed that we sow will determine the quality of the fruit. So, for example, if we sow the seeds of bitter melon, we can't expect sweet mangoes to come out of it. If I sit and say, why did this bitter melons come out? I didn't want bitter melon, I wanted mangoes. We would very easily say, then, well, maybe you didn't plant. You didn't sow the seeds of sweet mango. So we understand the physical concepts very well. Spirituality is very similar. So here, basically, these three things matter in the action. What is the moral dimension of that action? Very, very critical to look at it. Is the action good or bad? Simple words, if I have to say it, good or bad. And if we want to go a little bit deeper, this action, will it benefit me and the others? And benefit simply, right? Some actions bring a lot of happiness, whereas others don't. They don't even bring happiness even to us. They are in fact damaging to us. So that dimension automatically becomes a failure if I am performing my actions that are hurting me or others. Now, feeling, what is the feeling while performing the actions? Sometimes we are doing beautiful actions. Could be, for example, cooking for my family or cleaning up the house. So, these are all beautiful tasks that are actually the intention is to benefit. But if I am crying while I'm doing all of this, I am doing it like huge burdens, then automatically that action quality has gone down. So I'm trying to sow a mango seed, but the seed is very weak. It is not very powerful. So it's not going to return many mangoes in future, and maybe not even any, because I'm so mad while doing cooking, cleaning, or whatever that might be. I'm not enjoying it. I will certainly make some or the other mistake. What is the intention behind it? Many times we do many things for people, but inside there is this selfishness, lot of expectations that, hey, I gave you $100 gift, and then when my turn comes you don't give me anything. I am very, very hurt. So the one is indeed sowing the mango seed, which is good or bad, whether I'm sowing bitter melon or mango seed. Very easy, good or bad, whether it will bring happiness or sorrow. Second, these two things determine the quality, the strength of the seed. If my feeling is poor and if my intention is impure, then automatically the seed is not very strong, will not give me very powerful fruits in the future. So every thought is like an energy that we are radiating to the universe, and we can think about even our words, actions, interactions, all of these are energies we are sending to the universe. And the kind of energy I send is the exact energy that I will receive. So the coding is nothing but as simple as what is the quality of my actions. When I look at all the dimensions of my actions, automatically my destiny is being coded with by me through my actions. Sometimes we start wondering, why are some actions not showing any results? I keep doing so much for my family. I keep giving and giving, but yet nobody likes me, nobody appreciates me. What is happening? So, beautifully explained at Brahmakumaris, there are three types of karmas and results. One, it, one is like instant karma. Immediately you feel happy. In fact, actually, any time you're doing a karma, an action which is benefiting, which has a moral dimension of being beautiful, good, then automatically the instant result is happiness. So if I'm doing it with good intention, with good feelings, a good karma, then automatically instant result should be happiness. If I'm not feeling that, then there is certainly some issue with my feelings and intentions I need to check. But we can think about instant karma as an example, like somebody, handicapped is walking on a road, maybe a blind person. I look at the person struggling, I immediately get down from my car, take this person, help them out. Immediately there is a happiness. Any selfless act immediately gives us happiness. So I did something and immediately I received some results. Then there are some karma. You can actually compare this as some seeds which we sow, and immediately there is a plant that comes out. And within a day or two, there are flowers that come out. And short term karma, results do show, but it might take some time. In this current life, they might come after 1 year, 2 years, or maybe few years down the line. So you can compare this with vegetable plants, which you sow the seeds, they take some time, but then the vegetables come. Last type of karma is really the long term karma. And in this, there are two dimensions. One is the ripened store of karmas from the past, which is we are already seeing. The way my physical health, emotional, finances, and relationships are, all of this is basically the karma that I did it way in the past. And that current destiny is showing up in my present. So these have already ripened. So, for example, when we plant a fruit tree, it takes some time, years, multiple years before fruits come. And sometimes, even if the fruits start coming after a year or two, they will not come. As much will not come. And then again, they start coming. So, similarly, long term karma could be a very, very old past karma that I did, and I'm seeing the results now, which is my current life. And yet, there are still some stores of karma, some actions that I have done in the past. And we will talk about how in the past, very, very long time ago, they are still unripened. I haven't seen the results yet. Now, one might think, okay, my actions are determining everything. They are the deciding factor. Um, if I'm doing good actions, my life is good. My pillars are strong. But what action did an infant perform? The infant just came out from the womb, has not done anything, but yet has a destiny, right? One might be born to an extremely rich parent, silver spoon in the mouth, versus other might be born to a family that is eating from trash, has good health, or is born handicapped. This is already being determined for a newborn. And that is why another spiritual dimension, till we don't understand, we cannot understand the destiny fully. So, when death happens, when a human being is declared dead, yes, indeed, the body perishes and all the roles this person was playing, whether it was a father or a program manager or a CEO, whatever it was, all finished, done. With body's death, everything finishes. But yet, the actions that this person performed are imperishable. They are not finished or nullified because this person left the body. Why? Because again, this person left the body, but the actor that was performing the action is separate from the body. So, again, we are spiritual energies, soul, metaphysical, different from the physical body that we all have taken. And because the soul energy is can neither be created nor can it be destroyed, it is eternal and imperishable. And because the actor that is performing the action is imperishable, that is why the results are imperishable or unescapable. Now, this is again not to be taken in a wrong way. Sometimes we wonder, I am doing so much good. When will that good come back to me? Remember the law. The law is extremely fair and unescapable in many ways. So, if I am doing good, this good is bound to come back to me. There is nothing to worry or get worked up over. This knowledge relieves us and makes us to continue performing good actions. Many times when we become impatient or don't understand the laws fully, we stop doing good. What is the point of doing good? Everybody in this world, nobody recognizes me. Let me stop. But everything, these are unripened stores of karma in my soul bank. The result will come when the actions ripen. So, one other important thing to to understand is that many times we feel, you know, at least there is this ignorance in the world that there are people in India who will do all kinds of really, really evil things, and then they will go and donate and in the name of God and charity and whatnot, millions of dollars. But then they would have gotten many people killed or robbed away many people's money. So yes, the good they are doing will the return will come back for that as well. But whatever evil has been done, the return of that also comes back. There is no nullification happening. This is how the law works. So just kind of going a little bit deeper in understanding who is this actor that is performing the action, right? Because we would feel, okay, once I die, all my karma is done, finished body, I will get relief from it and I'm done. Or sometimes we feel when I will get the returns of the good things I have done. So we, the energy, this tiny point of light is the one that is running the whole show of my life. And like I just said, we are eternal and imperishable. And we have exchanged energy with many souls in our past lives. Because it's an eternal energy, it has taken many bodies, has performed different roles, has gotten many names. And every time in every birth, it came in contact with many different souls, performed good actions with some, maybe few not so good actions. So, a lot of good and bad energy was exchanged. Not only that, we also interact with matter. Our body is made out of matter. So, how am I using the matter? Money, water, earth, air, all of these physical elements, they are all part of nature. How am I using them? How animals, plants, Everything is part of the matter. Am I respectful towards the nature? Money is also part of matter. If I am abusing, misusing the nature, wasting electricity, money, water, fire, anything, causing unnecessary pollution, then I am creating a negative account with the matter. And that's when my body, all kinds of issues, it is made out of matter. So I either create a karmic account of debit or credit with others, including the matter. So, very simple to understand, right? When I am receiving a lot of help from other souls, right? There is a depth that I have created. This could be, that in various different forms we receive help. If I have caused disturbance in other people's life, right? Given them a lot of anxiety, made them very restless, made them unhappy, then yes, it's a debt I have created, or using the nature in a disrespectful manner. Credit automatically if I'm helping a lot of souls, giving happiness to others, and using nature in a very economical and with a lot of attention, not with a careless attitude. Now, we all know that, how does this knowledge help me? Let's try to understand. When we don't have any understanding of the laws of karma, then we live a life in a very reckless manner. So, for example, many people have this kind of belief: eat, sleep, be merry. This is it. Who's seen tomorrow? And they continue to do whatever they want. And a lot of times, when we look at people, unethical people especially, doing extremely well. Now, extremely well is a different definition, but typically we see these rich people and they are really, becoming really more and more financially healthy. And what are they doing? They're extremely corrupt. Maybe were responsible in killing few people, yet they are not getting punished and they're growing and growing. So, a lot of times when we see these kind of things, we start thinking there's no point. There's no point being good, doing good. We've seen, look at these people who are doing bad, they are really flourishing. So lot of this becomes very clear when we understand that each one of us is a spiritual energy and the laws are unescapable, basically meaning I will continue my life. This birth, if I am not seeing it, it does come back to bite me in the following birth. Now, suppose many of us, right, might have issues in our four pillars that we talked about. It could be the pillar of health, physical health. It could be my relationships where I'm not happy. It could be my finances. I keep working hard. I keep coming up with creative ideas, but somehow or the other, something or the other goes wrong in my finances. I can never have a good bank balance. Now, typically, if I take an example, suppose I have someone in my life, a relation that is not at all good. It could be a very close relation, could be parent, could be spouse, could be kids, all kinds of issues, constant struggles. And we keep wondering, especially if you think about it, if it is your own parent that you can't get along with, or your own child or spouse, day in, day out, you're working with these people and there are constant battles. And if we don't have any understanding of the laws, these are typically the two choices that come into our mind. It depends upon our personality type. First choice, aggression. This is the way we start responding, blaming. I am perfect. This person, this relationship, they are always mean. They are always not so nice. And constantly fighting with them. And my heart, how am I feeling at that moment? Lot of hatred, resentment, wanting to take revenge, all the time thinking, they did this to me, how do I get back to them? living in the same house, this kind of war could be happening. Doesn't need to be a physical tug war. It could be a mind war where I am sending negative vibration and the other person is sending it back to me. Imagine the vibrations of such a house where there's no understanding of the laws. We are blaming each other that because of you, my life is miserable. No accountability. And this is actually in no way improving anything. My pillar, the relationship pillar, is getting weaker and weaker because the more negative energy I am sending, the other person also starts sending me their negative energy. So, this ping pong game of negative energy exchange is constantly happening between people. So, what are my next steps? What actions do I perform when I'm feeling aggression? I will go and talk to 10 different people. You know how they are, how beautiful and kind and fair I have been, and how mean they are. And then we will copy their behavior. I might actually have been a very decent and elegant person, but I give up everything. If they are like this, I will also be like this. So just copy their behavior. And then, as the hatred inside us increases, then we start doubting every person. We can't love anyone because our heart is filled with these feelings. And what do we do to resolve it? Nothing really, right? We are continuing to send them negative energy. We are trying to take revenge from them. If they do something negative, if they call me mean, I call them back. So there is no, we are not doing anything to resolve this. We are making our pillars weaker and weaker with our own thoughts and actions. So, what is the end result? Constant restlessness, and the heart is filled with hatred. Second choice, some people go into depression when they have such kind of a difficult situation. Now, I just took an example of relationship. It could be my body health. No matter what I do, something or the other keeps going wrong with my health. I can never seem to be healthy. Or my finances, or one particular relationship at work. It could be anything. And depending on my personality, I might be someone who then, instead of, there is no accountability again, I again blame it my bad luck. I don't know who wrote my destiny. God is also not on my side. And constantly feeling sad, disappointed, helpless. And then what are the actions? Constantly crying. Could be through eyes or could be internally. This is not good. My life is unfair. I shouldn't have been given this kind of life. Why me? Why always me? And then, because one is so sad, they will start neglecting other responsibilities. Okay, one relationship is not good. But what about the other relationships? What about my work? What about the finances? I need to take care of everything, right? But no, everything will be neglected because I'm consumed by one issue in my life. And this causes many people to become addicts. They start relying on some or the other substance abuse. It could be overeating, it could be drinking, it could be relying on pills. So, this is the form of depression that people start going through. And then they start avoiding people physically, but mentally they are connected. So, their karmic account is still entangled. And what is the end result? How does life seem like? They're constantly sad, and heart is filled with hopelessness. They have no hope that their life can be beautiful. So, this is the result of not understanding the algorithm behind our destiny. When we use only our two physical eyes, this birth, I didn't do anything wrong for this person. Everything I have done well. Why my health is like this? Why my wealth is like this? This is called ignorance to some extent, or having the knowledge but not fully realizing it. And ignorance is the number one reason for sorrow in this world. Spiritual knowledge is a light that removes the darkness from our hearts, fills it up with happiness. Let's see how. So, when we have the knowledge of the past, when we start using our third eye, the eye of the soul, the eye of wisdom, then it enables us to accept the past with peace and remain optimistic about the future. A person who understands this knowledge knows completely the dimension of time in an accurate manner. The past is connected to the present, and present will build the future. So, indeed, I at least strongly feel there is nobody in this world that has the four pillars of their destiny perfect at this particular moment. And even if it overall it is good, something or the other keeps shaking in this pillar. Sometimes relationships go wrong, sometimes work, sometimes finances, sometimes physical health, sometimes I am emotionally unwell for no reason. So indeed, there is some or the other disturbance happening. Biggest thing the knowledge tells us, I am the one who's responsible and I created it through my own actions. So I have the power in the present to do the right actions to build a beautiful future. So indeed, my actions results are unescapable. From the past, whatever I did will show up in the present. But that doesn't mean I need to feel overwhelmed or I need to keep thinking, oh my gosh, what else is left? The right way to think is, oh my gosh, I have done so many beautiful things. That is why quite a few good things in my life already exist. And that is having the right eye and perception to look at your full life, not just the problems. And yes, I did code my life well. That is why I am seeing many things to be quite decent. I must have treated nature overall well. My body health is quite okay. I must have done some good with relationships. That is why I do have some decent relationships. I must have taken care of the finances well. Must have done a lot of good with the money. I need to acknowledge and think about this in a very different manner. And when the past comes back to me, and this could be a really long time back, I might have exchanged a negative energy with someone. And now this person is both of us. This person and me are both in a different costume. To me personally, I also had a very few relationships and rather close relationships that were not very comfortable. And I would wonder why. Even though I knew karma, but I didn't understand what karma because this birth I have done nothing. And yet, this other relationship would not be always great with me. They would be perfect with everyone else but except me. And I would wonder why. And when I understood this knowledge fully, how the two energies in different costume had exchanged energy in the form of actions, it literally for me there were tears of joy that I finally got the answers as to why this relationship is not perfect and a beautiful power and hope that I can fix it. I didn't feel guilty, I didn't feel bad, I felt great because now I don't need to be feeling upset or I don't need to question why this person is like this with me. I have the answer. In my meditation, I literally brought these people and I sent them a lot of powerful energy saying, first of all, I forgive you for the current present and I take responsibility of the past. Please apologize me. I don't know what I did wrong, but I know I did. I sent negative energy and I realize it is coming back. But for your own sake, I wish you forgive and be happy. I felt so light, extremely calm, and really hopeful for the future. And I started correcting my actions. So when I would meet these people, no more questions. Why are they like this with me? I know the answer. And yes, it didn't mean if they got extremely rude, I wouldn't speak up. I would, but with a lot of respect and understanding that I know where this rudeness is coming from. I would remind them that they need to talk to me respectfully if needed, and I would walk away. But my actions became very, very alert because I knew my present energy that I will send will determine my future with this relationship. So my next steps automatically, like I said, very, very alert, not with the load. Oh my gosh, when will this end? How will it end? No. And to me, my beautiful result are this relationship completely got healed, fully beautiful and perfect relationship. And I just feel so powerful that with I have the ability to code my destiny, create the pillar I want. I want beautiful relationships, I can create it. I want good health, I can create it. I code my destiny every bit, all the way till the end. How empowering is that? And really, for me, my end result is I am continuing to be cautious, very beautifully, smilingly clearing my past as it comes to me, not with a burden. And I also acknowledge all the beautiful results from my past that are coming my way. So I don't feel, oh my gosh, bad is coming, bad is coming. No, that's okay. But so much beauty is coming my way too because I've changed my actions. And my heart is filled with hope. So, spiritual knowledge really enables us to create the destiny we want. All I need to do is remember that I am the coder, not full accountability of it, and that the algorithm is really law of karma. The moral, the feeling, the intention of the karma is determining my destiny. So if I just keep in this in awareness, I can design a beautiful future for myself all by myself. Now, just wanted to talk about, some really beautiful effort that actually gives us consistently. So a lot of times, because we have many deep habits, personality traits, call it sanskaras, which cause us to perform negative actions. That could be, we have the habit of snapping, impatience maybe. So we want to be cautious with people, and yet sometimes in relationships either we yell at them or we talk rudely to them. So a lot of times again our actions become not of that great quality, and then we start regretting, right? So again, regret should never be there. Life is a journey, we are students of life. Till the end, keep learning and changing. When we have this kind of attitude, this journey becomes a beautiful journey. Never give up on the self, keep learning and just be little attentive. So for me, really, one is indeed I'm trying to be attentive, but I'm also doing a lot of proactive work that automatically every action that I perform becomes beautiful. So I was someone who was not very patient. Especially, I wasn't patient with people who talk a lot, keep boasting about themselves, or who waste time talking about unnecessary things, who are unnecessarily taking too much time in doing work. I would lose patience. And because of that, I would somehow cut them off abruptly and later feel regret. Oh my gosh, I shouldn't have done that. Why did I do that? So I have done this exercise of proactive exercise. because impatience had become a part of my personality, and anything that becomes deeply ingrained, a deep impression, it doesn't go away easily. So we need a new awareness to get rid of some of our the ugly personality traits we have built, because those personality traits cause our actions to become low quality. So what is that effort, proactive effort, which has now made me stop snapping at people fully? You know, it is such a beautiful change to see in myself in this last 6 years, because this one action of, abruptly cutting someone or being rude to someone would bite me a lot, but yet I couldn't change. So this proactive effort actually is just nothing but Raj Yoga meditation, in which what we really do is we connect to our original state of existence. When we, the soul, started our journey in this physical world, each one of us was a completely pure being, voiceless. This is our highest potential. So every day in the morning, I am connecting to my original image, the perfect me. I have full faith that I am a pure, voiceless being. I am a master who chooses to create a beautiful destiny. These are the thoughts, some example thoughts that I create. And I am a child of a ever pure God. Automatically, purity is filled in me. And then once I connect to my higher self, I connect to the Supreme Soul, who is the source of all beautiful personality traits, who's always filled with love, peace, patience, happiness, truth, you name it. He's got it because he's the source. So, connecting to him not only changes my personality, it also cleanses many of my negative past actions. In this last 6 years, I have felt lighter and lighter day by day. And the way you can recognize you're feeling light is you have absolutely no fear. No fear what this person will think, what that person will think. Should I do this? Should I not do? What will happen? These are burdens from the past where the soul still feels the burden of the negative actions it might have performed in the past. But we at Brahmakumaris continuously connect to our higher self and also to the highest spiritual energy, which not only changes my personality, but also cleanses my past. And indeed, discipline is the key. Without it, nothing happens. For the last 6 years, there's not been a single day where I would have not meditated. Whether I am sick or traveling, I will meditate. It could be some, few minutes. It might not be the time I had decided, but I will certainly do it. I will always read something empowering every day. We need it every day. I take regular breaks. I have multiple alarms on my phone to take breaks and connect again to my higher self. Check, am I feeling all right? Because if I am feeling inside heavy, then my actions become heavy and my destiny becomes heavy. So, end of the day, then tracking our progress. How did I do? How were my actions? Good to acknowledge whether it is good or bad, and then become light. Think how I will be tomorrow. Meditate and call it end of the day. So that pretty much brings us towards the end of the webinar. Let's practice 2 or 3 minutes of meditation. I am the Master Almighty Authority, the Creator of my destiny, and I, the wise being, The mature being chooses at every moment to create a beautiful destiny through my beautiful actions. I accept the present with open arms, and I maintain hope for the future, because after all, I have the power to create the destiny I want. I bring into my awareness the highest spiritual energy, point of light, God. I share everything of my current life with Him. Every little good and every little bad, all with my Father, my confidant. I take His energy, His blessings. I feel light. I am a beautiful and powerful being. Just want to share some of the ongoing upcoming events. Today, actually, Raj Yoga meditation is starting. We just talked about how this really helps in clearing our past and also building a beautiful future. So I'm hoping you all are able to take advantage, sign up for it if you haven't already, and start today itself, right? Sometimes we procrastinate and that day never comes. So today is the best day. And then we also have a webinar coming on illness to wellness next Saturday at noon. And then we have an ongoing live meditation series on cleansing tough habits. Remember, our habits are the ones that are basically causing us to perform automated actions. So this particular meditation series is talking about how to change habits. So highly encourage you all to join this program every day from 7:30 to 8. Then we have vitamins for smart parenting, and where we are talking about all kinds of parenting deficiencies, and how do we get rid of them so that we become even more beautiful parents. And then there are classes for kids. Both of these classes are on Sundays. Please log on to our website and you'll also see on your chat details about this. And just to kind of talk about this organization, majority of you might already know, but a quick recap. Brahmakumaris was founded back in India in 1937. It has global presence all over the world and millions of people practicing it. And the deepest motto of this organization is really world transformation can happen through self-transformation. And our Silicon Valley Center is led by Sister Kusum, and she's the director of the center and has been practicing this knowledge from her childhood. But she surrendered her life for godly service about 38 years back. She's a very approachable and very loving person. She will give you guidance not only in your spiritual journey, but also in your personal journey. And regularly, many students join us for our Murli class. The center is located in Milpitas. Right now, it's closed and everything is online. And obviously, everything here is being offered for free, and we do not charge for any of these events because we feel this is a great service. And if these events have helped you, benefited in any way, you would like to contribute, the details of it are here, and you can log into our website and contribute. And BKWSO is a non-profit 501, and all your donations are tax deductible.